सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. I welcome you all with my love and respects. This whole week, every day, I'll express one dimension of spiritual healing. Today, just the basic, simple science of spiritual healing. The subtle energy is a phenomenon experienced, described, consciously used in all mystical traditions of the world. All mystical traditions, all spiritual traditions. Please understand, all religions has two components. One, they are mystical and spiritual core tradition, and social and political rules. All religions which has a mystical and spiritual core knows the science of subtle energy and spiritual healing. They know, they experienced, consciously used the spiritual healing science. In the Vedic tradition, it is called prana, that subtle energy. We call it prana shakti. In China, it is called chi. In Japan, they call it ki. So many names are used. Even in the native Hawaiian tradition, they have a name for it. They know this science. Native American tradition, even they have name and special techniques and process to consciously use this subtle energy. In all mystical and spiritual traditions, this subtle energy is experienced, understood, consciously used for creating medical miracles in the body and mind and extraordinary happenings in the situation. Understand? There is the same energy. When it is used on the body and mind, whatever alterations happens, the extraordinary happenings happens is called healing, the medical miracle. If the same energy is used on the matter outside, whatever extraordinary happenings happen is called miracles. It's the same energy in a different way. Let me explain first the dimension of spiritual healing. I want to tell you exactly what happens during the healing. When I put my hand on somebody or when they come near me for healing, what happens? Please understand, I do not do anything. I just be. I put my hand on that person so that that person will feel comfortable. Will feel I attended him, I am attending him. Exactly what happens I will describe. His being is raised to the vibration of my being. Please understand, everything is made out of molecules. Molecules are made out of atoms. Atoms are made out of something called subatomic particles, quarks, subatomic particles. So quarks are nothing but energy field. And the energy field which keeps all these quarks tied together, that gives the form of solid form to anything which exists. Please understand. The other day I was reading an article, very beautifully they describe what Shiva Sutras and Patanjali Yoga Sutras are describing. See, the energy field which keeps all these quarks together, that is responsible for these forms and solid entities, however solid it may look. It is made out of subatomic particles, quarks, which are energy fields. And the energy field which keeps all of them together is responsible for things appearing as they are appearing. Whether it is a human body or animal body or this wall or this mic or this chair, anything. By nature, the energy fields have the tendency, whenever it is brought near the higher energy field, it just raises itself to that energy field and starts vibrating in that same vibration. That article beautifully describes with so many examples. If you play sound A in piano and keep the guitar near without doing anything, just this vibration, exactly the guitar also will create the sound A. And if you keep the pendulum clocks, 5 o'clock on the same wall, in few days you will see all the clocks, all the pendulums are moving in unison. Maybe in few hours, not even few days. In the same way, that vibrating fork, if you bring the other fork which is not vibrating, just no movements, just bring it near, it will start vibrating. I can give you hundreds of examples. Whenever you are brought near the higher frequency, higher vibration, higher conscious being, suddenly you are lifted to that consciousness, to that vibration, to that frequency. That is why again and again and again, how much ever you try, you should tell about all your problems when you come near me. Suddenly they disappear. It is not that you tried once and it happens. How many times you try? Come near. Suddenly either you forget or there are no more problems. They are not there. They are not that important to your inner space. They lose their power over you because you are raising to the higher consciousness. They lose their power over you. Just now I read this beautiful poem, a story described in poem form. Now I have a story to tell you all from this book. First a one-liner, then a story. You may think, how did I read so much? It says very beautifully, you are like a master on a lean donkey. If you become lean, the donkey will become dragon. If you are powerful, the donkey will obey you. Understand? You are a master on donkey. If you feel weak or powerless, the donkey will become dragon. That will become powerful. And if you ascertain your strength, your frequency, your consciousness, your energy, the donkey will be a polite slave and humble servant. This is a one-liner. Of course, I have interpreted in my own way, and I have a story from this. Whenever you come near the master and he raises your frequency, whatever is forgotten in you, understand, they are not worthy of living. They are not part of you. But if you give importance to that part which is lost or forgotten near Master's presence, you will be joining with the wrong group. You are giving power to the wrong side. When you give power to the wrong side, you do not allow you to stay in that higher frequency. You do not allow the healing to happen. And mind creates all kinds of doubts. How can healing happen? How can this be possible? Understand? Sometimes I request people who come for healing to stay here for a few days. Every day I will be touching them only once in the morning Sarvadarshan. They will ask, can I go back to my house in Bangalore and come back every day? Tell them, no, stay here. Not that I am going to be giving healing for them 2-3 times a day. They will ask, even if I stay here, I will meet only once you. You tell them, no, not for me healing. That will happen only once. But if you go there, you will be losing the energy, and because you are constantly going to be supporting the other side. They will create all kinds of doubts in you. See, it is such a subtle process of raising you to the higher frequency. It's almost like you have a hologram about you in you. I have a hologram about me in me. Understand? Your conscious mind processes only 400 bits of information per second. But your unconscious mind processes 11 million bits of information per second. 411 million. See the fight. It's not fair. Human beings shouldn't have been put in such worse misery. See, your consciousness processes only 400 bits of information, unconscious processes 11,000 bits of information. So your hologram about you stays in your unconscious. Slowly, when you come near me, my hologram works on that hologram, and the subtle suggestions are given to your hologram, and it is asked to relax, dismantle itself. So this hologram can suggest, can help come on, see here. You are born to be healthy. It's like Krishna inviting Gopas and Gopis to play in Vrindavan. They say, no, we have too much work, we have to churn, we have to make butter, and we have to take care of the cows, feed them and get milk. Krishna says, fools, even if you do all that, finally I am going to steal that butter and eat. Why don't you work a little bit for your joy also? See, when Krishna steals the butter and eats, he says the futility of life. Understand? He tells you the futility of life. Don't waste your time and life just for the goal. Play it also, enjoy it also. Have Leela and graze the cows. Have milk and play with Krishna and churn and create butter. So, the very life becomes joy. Very living becomes joy. It's like the superconscious hologram inspiring the unconscious hologram. But unfortunately, these guys go and stay back in Bangalore or somewhere and get all poisons fed. They say, maybe the Swami is trying to take money out of you. How can anything happen just by a touch? So many ideas, I tell you, negative ideas are straight poison. And they have 1,000 things to tell about masters. Somebody asked me, why did you allow some controversy to happen around you, Swamiji? I tell them, I need to be compassionate towards the people who don't have any argument, any idea to disrespect me. I supply material even for them. Understand? They really want some arguments, something. They are dying. And anybody wants something so strongly, with so much of urge, it becomes my responsibility to plus them, tadastu. I tell them, all right, have little material. When spiritual seekers ask when I can supply 7,000 hours video for them, why not 7 minutes? Let their urge also be fulfilled. Of course, I did not even supply, they created, that's all. Anyhow, I allow the creation to happen. Understand? So this unconscious mind goes on creating. Wait on your unconscious holograms, the negativity. That's why the Zen masters say, even what you think is wrong, if it is done by a wise man, an enlightened being, accept it, it is good for you. I have a story for you from this book now. For this I have a story for you. An enlightened being is traveling in the forest. He sees from a distance a man lying down, sleeping under a tree with mouth wide open, and he sees a small snake, poisonous snake, enters into the mouth of that guy. He is so fast asleep, little semi-conscious, that guy did not even realize that snake getting into the system, into the mouth. And this master was not able to stop. He ran, he tried his best to run. He couldn't stop. The snake has already gone in. And he just gave few slaps to that guy and woke him up. And there were only rotten apples all around. The tree was apple tree. Rotten apples were all around. He was forcing this guy to eat that rotten apples. The guy who woke up, he said, why are you having so much of anger with me? I don't even know you. Why do you have so much of enmity towards me? Why are you doing this to me? Master was not ready to listen. Healthy guy. He is just pushing the rotten apples into his mouth, and he was shouting, screaming, and Master held his head and pushed literally down the throat all the rotten apples and little mud also. And this guy could not tolerate, and he is screaming and shouting, why are you doing this to me? Why are you killing me? And Master did not answer back. The deep compassion. He literally pushed the rotten apples inside his throat. He was made to swallow. In few minutes, because of that rotten apple and little mud, and he felt so nausea and vomited everything out, threw everything out. Then came not only the rotten apple, the snake also. Everything came out. Then the guy fell at the feet of the Master saying, you are Gabriel, our God. Understand? When he asks you to inhale and exhale intensely and asks you to hold as long as possible, or when he asks you to do some seva which you are not interested. The other day I received a letter from somebody. I am bored of the pep sessions, pep talks about the seva. Understand? They wrote that I can't handle any more sessions without you. And these pep talks about seva are really boring. I am responsible for those sessions. Understand? I am responsible for those sessions. They are the rotten apples I am putting inside your mouth. You think I am doing something wrong to you, or you may not need them. Of course, the devotee wrote with a lot of respect, but unfortunately he is not able to understand. Understand? Whatever you think is good for you, you are ready to accept. Whatever you think may not be directly good for you, you resist. Understand? I know little more than what you need or what you know about you. Exactly. If you have little problem with seva, that is what you need for living enlightenment. If you have little problem, or if you are not that inspired to do seva, like sitting with me is too inspiring, then the seva, forget about all sitting with me, go and do that. That is what is obstacle. That is what is obstacle. I am not teaching you enlightenment by sitting with closed eyes. I am teaching living enlightenment. People tell me, Swamiji, I will take weapon for you. I want you to live for me. Live every moment. Live every moment doing what you really don't like and what I am asking you to do. Understand? What you don't want to do, what I am asking you to do. Live every moment. That is what living for me. I don't want you to take weapon for me. I don't want you to give life for me. No. I want you to live for me. Have this knowledge weapon and live enlightenment. That's what I want you to do for me. Understand? When I am putting rotten apple in your mouth, I know the reason. You may not know. I know the reason. So, whenever the superconscious hologram elevates the unconscious hologram, all other collective unconscious holograms tells that hologram, higher hologram is not raising your hologram, you are being destroyed. Understand? The hologram feels like a holocaust. Hologram feels like a holocaust. the unconscious hologram feels Holocaust. No. When the superconscious hologram casts itself on the unconscious hologram, it is not Holocaust, it is holy casting. Understand? It's not Holocaust, it is holy casting. The superconscious hologram is suggesting and reassembling, reorganizing the unconscious hologram to such pattern the health happens. The evolving happens. Actually, for spiritual healing, you don't need anything except the understanding about time. When that superconscious hologram is casting itself on the unconscious hologram, the unconscious hologram needs to spend little time with the superconscious hologram. That's all, nothing else. Nothing else. Nothing else needs to be done. Little time. How to spend that time? We'll see tomorrow. I'm going to give series of messages every day just on spiritual healing. For next 1 week, I bless you all. Understand this truth of the superconscious hologram casting itself on the unconscious hologram. Allow the superconscious hologram to cast itself and let the holy casting happen in you. It is not Holocaust, it is holy casting. All the collective unconscious holograms shouting towards you is Holocaust, trying to stop you getting the holy casting is Holocaust. So, let you all experience the presence of the superconscious hologram, experience spiritual healing, live and radiate the eternal bliss, live and radiate the eternal bliss, Nityananda. Thank you.